All right, let's dive into your complete guide for getting help with utility bills in 2026. We're about to uncover some real, solid financial relief that, honestly, most people don't even know is out there.
You know that feeling, right? You open a utility bill and your stomach just drops. If the cost of keeping the lights on and the water running feels like it's spiraling, you are in exactly the right place. We're gonna figure this out.
First things first, you are not the only one feeling this way. Not by a long shot. Millions of people are in the same boat. But here's the good news, and it's a game changer. There are real solutions out there that most people completely miss out on, simply because nobody told them to look. So here's our game plan. We'll start with what this help actually is. Then we'll see who qualifies and what's available. After that, I'm going to walk you through a super simple 4-step guide to applying. We'll also cover what to do in an emergency and what mistakes to avoid. And we'll wrap it all up with the one thing you absolutely need to remember. Okay, let's get right to it. First up, help for high bills. So, what is this big solution that's basically hiding in plain sight?
The answer is something called utility assistance programs. And look, these are official, totally legit programs. They're funded by the government or by nonprofits, and they have one job: to help you pay for the basics: electricity, gas, water, you name it.
And listen, we are not talking about pocket change here. These programs can literally mean hundreds of dollars of help every single year. That's real money that can make a huge, huge difference in your budget.
So, of course, that leads to the biggest question of all. Who actually gets this help? Could it be you? This is where you should lean in a little closer.
You know, this is the part that surprises almost everyone. The qualifications are way broader than you'd think. It's not just for people with very low incomes. It often includes moderate income families or anyone just going through a tough time. If you get other benefits like SNAP or Medicaid, that's a good sign. But here's the most important part. You can be working, even full-time, and still qualify. So please do not count yourself out.
So what are these programs called? Well, there are a few big ones. You've got the main federal one, LIH. That's the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. But then, almost every state has its own relief programs. Plus, you'll find local emergency funds for urgent situations, and a ton of great support comes from local nonprofits and community agencies. Okay, this brings us to the real how-to of this whole explainer. Section 3, your 4-step application guide. This is how we turn that stress into success.
And don't worry, it's not complicated. Here's the whole path from start to finish. It's just 4 simple steps. Find the programs, get your documents ready, send in the application, and then follow up. Let's break down that first step. Okay, step 1, finding these programs. Honestly, your best friend here is a simple search engine. Just type in utility assistance, then your state and 2026. The key is to look for official government sites, the ones that end in .gov, or websites of community agencies you know and trust. Now here's a massive red flag. If any website asks you to pay a fee to apply, get out of there. Real assistance programs are always free to apply for. Always.
All right, on to step 2. And this step is the secret to avoiding headaches and delays: getting your paperwork in order. Just gather these 4 things: a valid ID, your most recent utility bills, some proof of income like pay stubs, and something that shows your address like a rental agreement. Having this stuff ready makes everything else so much easier, I promise.
And now for step 3. Actually submitting your application. You've usually got options. A lot of programs let you apply online, which is usually the fastest. But you can also go in person or get help from a local agency. Now here's a pro tip that could save you a lot of trouble later. No matter how you apply, you have to save your confirmation number or get some kind of receipt. That is your proof that you applied. Don't skip this.
Okay, let's talk about a really crucial topic, especially if you're in a crisis right now. We're going to cover exactly what to do in an emergency and the common mistakes that you absolutely want to avoid. Seeing a shutoff notice on your door? I mean, that is a terrifying moment. But you're not helpless. There is an immediate action plan you can follow. So here it is, your emergency plan. First, the second you get that notice, call your utility company. Just call them. They can often put a temporary hold on the shutoff. Second, when you call an assistance agency, use the word emergency. Ask them specifically about same-week help. And finally, and this is the most important thing, you have to act. Whatever you do, do not just ignore those notices.
Let's also quickly talk about what can go wrong so it doesn't happen to you. The most common mistakes are pretty simple, really. First, just waiting too long. Second, sending in an application that's missing information.
And a really big one is only applying to one program. You can and you should apply to every single program that you might be eligible for. Cast a wide net.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, so let's bring it all home with our final section, your key takeaway. If you remember one thing from all this, it's this: don't leave this money on the table. When you boil it all down, it's really this simple. These programs exist for two reasons: to lower your monthly bills so you can breathe again, or to stop a disconnection from happening at all. Either way, this is a powerful tool to get some stability back.
But, and this is a big but, you have to know that the funding for these programs isn't endless. It often works on a first-come, first-served basis, and when the money's gone, it's gone. So the message couldn't be clearer. You've got to apply as early as you possibly can.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. What could you really do with an extra few $100 this year? Because applying isn't just about paying a bill. It's about freeing up money for groceries, for gas, for savings. It's about buying yourself some peace of mind. And that is absolutely worth it.